Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the second part of 4 of our Argent Saga case opening for Set 3 Ascension. We're opening 12 boxes of this new set. I mean, it's technically a new set. We have a tile, first box topper. It's technically a new set, but set's kind of been out for 2 months now, so, you know, is it really a new set? I don't know. For the YouTube purposes, it's a new set. So get my setup organized. Once again, if you were not watching the first video, I'm recording this on my laptop with my work desk, so, yeah. Video quality is going to be a little ratchet, but that's okay. If you would like to see how awesome these cards look for yourself, you should call up your local game store and pick up a box of this set. And right off the bat, we got our secret rare, Dragonholt Fury Unleashed. Very awesome. This card looks great. One thing I love about this game is the foiling, especially on these new cards, because they took like the best and my favorite rarities from all the other games I play and put them into one game. What's not to love? So as I mentioned in my last video, our goal is going to be to pull, of course, we want all the goodies, you know, shard points, serial number cards, take as much of that as I can get. But the main thing is we want to pull a full set of each card. So that's 3 of each card, excluding the box toppers and secret rares, which we only need 1 each. So that's what we're trying to pull. This is the second part, of course, so if you want to see what we already got, the first part is already available. You can go check that out. And while I'm opening these packs, you know, just sort of talk about Argent Saga, things I like, talk about the cards. Also, if you want to check out our last video, may or may not have opened some serial cards already. I won't spoil it, but you can go check that out. All right, Cosmic Water Magic and Token. Once again, love these tokens. Love like the sketch art style. I think it's really cool. I'm seeing some foiling in the back. Wicked Pact. All right, and Overgrown Sabertooth. Very nice. I really think these Omega units are gonna hold up well as this game evolves. They're so powerful that, you know, even if they don't, like, print any more of them, even if this is just, like, an Ascension-only mechanic, that they're just gonna be so good. And, you know, the more cards they print, the more opportunities there will be for really powerful interactions between these cards and future releases. That's one thing you always want to do when there's new releases, is you want to evaluate, is this card going to get better or worse in general as they release new cards, right? Because anything that's powerful just because of how powerful it is in a vacuum, it's probably going to get worse, right? Because just even if the power level doesn't increase, the more powerful, you know, the more cards are released, the more powerful the card pool as a whole will be. Otherwise, there's just no point to them printing new cards if they're not good enough to play. So, a lot of cards. Ooh, we got a Nova Knight, and ooh, 25 big ones. Very nice. Yeah, the more cards are added to the card pool, anything that's not based on like a synergy is just going to get like power crept out, we say a lot, right? But things that are synergy based, if they release more cards that have that synergy, then those cards will get better. So when a new set comes out, you know, it's not hard to, or rather it is hard to just go back through, got another super nice, it's hard to go back through all the existing cards to try to figure out, like, all right, what kind of interactions do I need to worry about? Because, I mean, there's so many cards, you know, how do you know which ones are important? Well, if you just look for cards that are synergy based, rather than like rate based. So rate based cards would be ones that are just like the going rate for some effect is where their value comes from, as opposed to synergy based cards, which are like the value comes from the synergy that they have with other good cards. Anything that's rate based is going to get worse as more cards come out. Anything that's synergy based is generally going to get better as cards come out, but it gets a lot worse if there's no support. Like if you release, like, okay, for example, this card that we've just opened, this Cloud Sea Terramine, if they release, you know, more beast support, then, or more Sky Raider support, then this card gets better. But if they don't, then this card gets worse. You know, simple things like that. And you would think, oh, well, that's so simple. Like, why is that so important? Well, if you know this, I'm just going to move these comments off screen, by the way, so they take up less space. If you know what kinds of cards are rate-based versus synergy-based, just at a glance, then it's super easy to identify whether a new set coming out is going to make a card worse or better. You can just quickly go down the list and say, okay, this card generally will get better, this card will generally get worse, this card will generally get worse, and then you can really quickly say, all right, of these cards that are synergy based, which ones actually have synergy that has been released in the set? And of the ones with synergy that's released, which ones have synergy that's actually good? And this seems to check all those boxes, get better. And that's how people, like, in games with more extensive card pools like Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh!, when a new set comes out, also very nice, another Argent Rare, that's how people in games with really big card pools identify possible, like, broken strategies or crazy combos, just because, you know, they learn how to evaluate cards. And this pack is giving me so much trouble. I don't understand. I mentioned this in the last video, but I can't tell if there's a pull tab that I'm just not finding, or if I'm just bad at opening packs. I'll mention again, since we opened this Enemy of My Enemy, this was a card that was featured in a video I did about, oh, this is the Fender Ryan. I want to get a bunch of foil hand Ryanas, because I think that's one of the best commons. In one of my last videos, I talked about the best 5 non-Omega unit cards in the set, and Enemy My Enemy is one of them. If you're interested in hearing what the other ones are, then for only $5, wow, so cheap, you can become a patron of More Mana Gaming. For that flat $5, you get access to all of our content and all the content that we will ever post. And, I mean, $5 a month is really not that much. And we post, I don't know, I would say once a week-ish. So, yeah, you get access to all those videos. Definitely a great deal if you want to hear more of my ramblings about our Argent Saga. That was the first box. What you just heard was me, you know, packing the garbage up. Opening the second box right now. That box was okay. We got 2 passable Argent Rares and 1 secret rare. As I mentioned in the last video, my goal is not necessarily to pull one specific card, at least of like the non-specialty things. So let me just move these commons. That's on my desk. My goal is not really to get anything particular because I'm opening 12 boxes. I'm expecting to get, pretty much everything in the core set. The only thing I want to be careful of is the Argent rares. And we got another box topper. This is our first Light Spirit. Very cool. The Argent rares, in order to pull a full set out of a case, you need to get like exactly 3 of each. You can't have any duplicates, or like 4 of any of them. So that's one thing I'm trying to look out for. And of course, the serial number cards and like the shard points and stuff. Just want as much as I can get. So, of course, it's great for the content when we pull nice, but when we open a bad box, or like quote-unquote bad box like that last one was, because the secret rare and the Argent rares are like not very playable, it's still okay, because we're just going to have to open them eventually. And once again, we got our secret rare very early. There's a new one, Ariana, Celestially Imbued. Hard for me to read upside down. Yeah, this card's very cool. Once again, not one of the more playable ones, but I think it's actually better if the secret rares are not like super competitively viable, because if they're really expensive, then it kind of makes the game bad for like newer players or players that don't want to invest a whole lot of money. And I think the same kind of holds true for Argent rares, but like, I mean, they have to put some amount of value in the set. So of course the Argent rares, I think the Argent rares are like a good spot to put high power level cards, because you get 2 per box instead of just 1. But the secret rares are like crazy powerful cards that you can just build around. And we got, whoa, another serial number card. This is the first one of this video. Natile, Celestial of Ruin, number 488. Wow, very cool. This looks very good. I'm hoping for mostly the spirits, but this is awesome too. This looks really, really good. Big fan of that. We'll put that right up front. So we're doing, I won't spoil what we got in the last video, but let me just say, so far we are doing pretty good on our serial number cards. Okay, another Cosmic Fire Magic. These cards are going to be, I mean, by the end of this video, I'm trying to keep the comments off screen because there's so many of them. By the end of this video, I'm going to have to, like, really go through all these comments because there are just so many of them. Even the rares, I'm going to be, like, swimming in. I gotta be careful opening these packs because the most expensive card is often right in the back. And just nick the corner of that 5 point. Of course, it doesn't matter because it's the shard points. Alright. Another super rare, Overgrown Sabertooth. I'm happy to pick up extras of these super rare Omega units, because I think they're going to retain good value. These are going to be pretty good as the game grows. Let's clean this trash up a little bit. I don't think we've gotten an Argent rare from this set, or from this box yet. So, of course, we're looking for pretty much just the ones we don't have. I mean, what we really want is the shard point. We already pulled a serial number card out of this box, so can't really complain too much. But if we could get a second serial number card, that'd be great. Another Void Fire Elemental, very good. I will never complain about more serial number cards in these boxes. And another Gloom Deck reward. Very cool. I'm really interested in seeing how, like, this game is going to change from before the virus versus after the virus, because obviously, like, it's going to have a big impact, like, long term on all, not only like the gaming industry, but like all industries and just the global economy. And I think everything's going to sort of react differently. So, like, Argent Saga's had all of its in-person tournaments pretty much postponed. So, you know, how's that going to affect sales and how that's going to affect the game moving forward? Pretty interesting. I don't really know. But, like, every industry is sort of in that boat. So I don't think it's, like, specifically an Argent Saga thing. Hand of Rariana, and we got this Argent Rare. Very cool. I'm very excited about this Hand of Rariana foil. If I can get a set of those, I would be quite happy. I think that's one of the best commons in the set. One thing I'm interested in is, like, I'm seeing Hand of Rariana is, like, a Mystic. I'm really curious as to, like, what support we're going to get for some of these creature types. Like Mystic and, like, Celestial from a tile, Phoenix, a bunch of weird ones. And I'm not really sure, because right now we pretty much just have, like, Dragon and, like, Golem, obviously. Beast has some support, nothing crazy. Another Jubei. But I'm kind of curious, because there's so many creature types in this game that really is opening up space for cool, like, synergies, cool interactions. Okay, foil common. Very good. So, like, Beast, for example, there's not much synergy at all. And then a card in LGS Pack 2 was recently spoiled. Another Arc, very nice. If I'm going to get extras of one of these Argent Rares, definitely prefer for it to be Arc. There was no Beast support originally, and then they released, you know, in this set, there's some, like, minor Beast support, and in LGS Pack 2, there's some pretty good Beast support. So I'm kind of curious to see what they do with Beasts, like, in the future. Okay, we got our last super rare, and here's that Beast support I was talking about right there. Okay, so that is it for box number 2 of this video. I'm going to clean up a bit before moving on to the next box. That box was much better than the last one. We got an Arc, the Soaring Blaze Walker, which is one of the best Argent Rares, and we got ourselves a serial number card on the tile. So, much better than the first box. Let's see if we can keep it going with our last box of this video. Box number 3. And for a box topper, we have another Spirit of Altarius. So I got one of these in the first video. So now I believe we are missing Serpio and the bird, the owl. I don't remember what his name is. Ooh, another Dragon Holt. Very cool. So far, between these videos, we've gotten, I think, 4 of the 6 secret rares. So, almost there. Whitefire. One thing I'm a little bit worried about for opening these boxes is, like, mapping of the packs. For those of you that don't know, on occasion, like, when a box is, like, mapped, it means the position of cards of the same rarity are the same across different boxes. So like we've gotten a secret rare in the first like couple packs of every box. I'm not opening them from the same place every time, but I'd be interested in seeing if that's what's happening. That of course is not great because nasty people could like buy a box, take out like the secret rare, for example, and sell the others as like, oh, these are like loose packs, but really they know there's nothing good in them. So, got another super rare. That's of course why you should always, when you're buying product, support your local game store. They're of course why games like Argent Saga that don't have as much traction are able to grow and get better. So, I buy a full case of every set from my local game store each time a new set comes out, just to, you know, support them and get my hands on some new cards. Got a foil Bloom Neophyte there. That's pretty good. That's another one of the commons I think is super strong. Would be cool to get a full foil playset of. A lot of shard points too, which is very good. I'm excited that I don't know if they're adding more shard points or I've just been lucky, but I can never get enough shard points. For those of you that are not familiar, the shard points can be, oops, I can't a little bit. The shard points can be traded in for cool prizes, either at Argent Saga Championships or now, because it's not the Argent Saga Championships in person, online. You can like mail them in and fill out an order form and get a bunch of cool stuff. So it's a great incentive to like buy product and support your locals. Got a super rare there, Oron, Shining Rose Knight. There's a Rose Knight promo. I don't know exactly what it's called. I think it was scheduled to come out. I mean, I'm thinking June is like being so far away, but if it's June 1st, like I think it might be, that comes out in pretty much like 2 weeks or so. That card's really good. As soon as that card's like out and legal, I'll probably do a deck profile for that. And another Helena's rare. I feel like I've been opening a lot of Helena's rares. I might have like 5 or so already. I'm not quite sure how many super rares are supposed to be a box. I know it's like a constant number, but if I knew what that was and I knew I'm opening a case, I can have a guesstimate of how many extras of each super rare I'd be getting. But of course we'll see after the whole case has been opened. Magic. Yeah, so if this is anything like the last box we opened, we get our secret rare real early, and we don't get our Argent rares until kind of close to the end. So let's see what we got. Another enemy of my enemy. Gotta get those. Of course, I am expecting and hoping to get a full playset of each card through opening this case, but if I don't, it's not better for me to pull the cheaper cards, or sorry, for me to have to buy the cheaper cards and pull the more expensive ones, because if I get extras of those, sell them, make a little extra money. Looks like we got our first Argent Rare, Interdimensional Horror. Very nice. That card is a great example of a card that's like synergy based and is going to improve as the game goes on. You might look at a card like that and you think, wait, that's not synergy based. It's like the exact opposite. But the synergy is that it has like anti-synergy with your opponent's cards. So like if your opponent has high synergy cards in their deck, then that card gets better. So the more high synergy things there are in the game, the better a card like that is going to be. So it's kind of like a synergy card, but also is strong for the reason why like rate-based cards are strong. And our second Argent Rare, Witch of the Future. This card is amazing. That's like another great example of a synergy-based card. That one I think they're going to have to watch out for. That card might not be okay as the game goes on. It's not seeing much play right now, but there's some crazy stuff you can do with it. And we got another super rare. We only got like 3 packs left. It's looking like this is going to be a no-go on the serial number card for this box, but that's okay. We got one already. It's quite good. Can't get one out of every box, you know. Otherwise, they wouldn't be worth much. Although I do wish there were more of them because they are beautiful. Foil common, rare, another sharp point. Very good. All right, last pack. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. This has been the second part of my case opening video. Hope you're enjoying these videos, and stick around for parts 3 and 4 coming soon. You're halfway done with the case now. I'll just show the serial number card up close. The camera's a little blurry, so it's kind of hard to see, but it is absolutely gorgeous. The art on these serial number cards is beautiful. And of course, we got these nice Argent Rares and our nice Secret Rares. And we got about 1 billion of these other ones, so I won't really show those off. But yep, that's been the second part of this video, and stay tuned for the other half of the case opening. Thanks for watching.